Aston Villa striker John Carew wants to swap his memorable strike partnership with Gabby Agbonlahor for a big-screen role next to Tom Hardy. Carew, 46, has revealed his desire to be in a James Bond film after dropping the football pitch for film studios in a remarkable post-career change. Sign up for the football newsletter. Thank you. Former Aston Villa striker John Carew wants to take the next step in his acting career by being a villain in James BondCredit. Bradley Ormesher, The Times. The Norwegian retired in 2012 and has been building a portfolio of films and TV shows ever since Credit, PA, Empics Sport. The 123-appearance Premier League forward has already followed in the footsteps of Vinny Jones and Eric Cantona, working alongside Hollywood A-lister Angelina Jolie. But now he wants to take the step into Bond, and to no surprise it's a role as henchman that appeals most. In an interview with The Athletic focusing more on his IMDb page than Transfermarkt, the Norwegian set his standards high. Carew, who has already been in 11 TV shows or films, admitted, "I want to be a villain in a James Bond movie." Read more on football. Not the main villain, but a hitman. I want to be the baddie's right-hand man, like a silent assassin who loses a fight to Bond halfway through. Carew retired in 2012 after a year at West Ham in the Championship and spent 4 years in the English top flight. Most of his time was at Villa, where he scored 48 goals in 131 matches, helping Martin O'Neill's team to the first of 3 successive sixth-place finishes. Most read in football. Carew, 46, wants to be more of a henchman rather than the main baddie. Credit. AP, Associated Press. Very little about the next Bond is known after Daniel Craig's last movie No Time to Die. Credit. Alamy. Best free bets and betting sign-up offers. Carew bagged 13 league goals from 32 league games alongside Agbonlahor in a team including Barclays favourites Gareth Barry, Ashley Young and Nigel Reo-Coker in that first year, but was already having thoughts about his acting career. He explained, "I started acting classes in 2009. It was having a coach come over to an apartment I had in London and working on texts and how to get into a character. I'd had an interest for a while during my football career. I was 100% dedicated to football when I was younger, and this came slightly later without having any background in it. It was learning about the theory and the technical part of acting that really interested me. The coach came once, sometimes twice a week, and I was filmed a couple of times reading emotionally in front of the camera. I don't think I told them, teammates, much. I didn't make a big deal of it. I'm not the type of personality to talk about things all the time unless it's necessary. Then, when I retired, I had more time. Being in a movie might mean you need to be on location for many months or something, so obviously you can't commit to it as a professional footballer. 1 or 2 days of availability in the summer break isn't going to cut it. Tom Hardy has been tipped to feature in the next film and Carew would love to work with him. Credit. Andrew Sims, The Times. The forward scored 38 Premier League goals. Credit. Getty Images. Getty. Carew scored 38 times in the Prem during his first 3 seasons but left to join Stoke on loan in January 2011. He only scored 4 more in England over the 18 months after that before hanging up his boots. But Carew didn't hang about, appearing in Canadian horror film Dead of Winter in 2014. He followed that with 2 Norwegian credits before playing a part in Home Ground between 2018 and 2019. For spy thriller Black Frost, Carew described himself as being a mix of Bond and Jason Bourne, with a little more charm, having gained experience in the genre. Carew was in Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, where he came across Jolie. He has also rubbed shoulders with Brad Pitt and Eva Mendes previously. But recent TV shows The Playlist and most recently Home for Christmas have seen his stock continue to rise in a completely different environment. Despite being sentenced to 14 months in prison in 2022, Carew has formed a successful acting presence in the industry. He pleaded guilty to charges of tax evasion in Norway, failing to report income and assets over £25 million between 2014 and 2019. Carew explained that he was following advice from his agent, having been told he didn't need to pay tax in his homeland due to living abroad. He didn't offer much on the subject, saying, "I haven't been asked before. I don't think I'll talk much about it. It was a quick chapter that I've almost forgotten, and it's best left in the past. It's something that we've put behind us." But during his sentence he worked with the Norwegian Football Federation, coaching children and young players. He wore an ankle tag but made such an impact that he continues to do it to this day. That is far from the only surprise journey for Carew, who has gone from Villa Park to Hollywood, Sky Sports to Netflix, and TV cameras to IMAX. Javier Bardem's Raul Silva was the villain Inspector Credit, Alamy. Carew worked on Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, starring Angelina Jolie. Credit, Alamy. Finding a common line between the two, he said, "You're used to being under pressure as a player, so there are similarities. Working with other actors is teamwork. You're all trying to create something together in the way a team is trying to win a game. Each has to do their job well, and everyone depends on each other. There's always pressure and I was used to it, even having the camera in my face. I never cared about that when I was playing. I could do my job even though that pressure existed. You need to handle a situation where you have to perform, with no new Bond named, although Hardy has been linked. After Daniel Craig's final film No Time to Die was released in 2021, the wait goes on for more cast news. Ex-WWE wrestler Dave Bautista went from sport to film and into Bond as an evil henchman in Spectre, the penultimate Craig movie. He has also starred as Drax in Guardians of the Galaxy. The Rock has played multiple characters in mainly action films as well since leaving the ring. For Carew, it would be a new sort of challenge to face. Recommended stories, less player ratings and more TV ratings. From Golden Boot to Golden Globe, Barclays fans are lovers of Carew. Comments.